Welcome, my friend. Welcome to my craft room. If we haven't met, my name is Liz, and today we're going to have some crafty fun with one of the rustic sunflower images, and we're going to create it in a different colour. We're going to create it onto a quick and easy card base. We're going to create a shaped card. So join me as I flip the screen and let's have some crafty fun together. Okay, so this is the card we're going to create. Sending you a hug. Friend, I know there are times that we all need a hug, and sometimes as a friend we just can't get to our friend to give them a physical hug. So what's the next best thing? Well, as a card maker, creating and sending a card. A card is created out of love, and it's sure to brighten anybody's day. So it's a quick and easy card base. It's a shaped card, and we're going to utilize this image. Now this is the rustic sunflower bucket, and as you can see, I haven't made them look like sunflowers. I don't know about you, but one of the things that I like to do is to get the most out of my crafty stash. So just because they're created as sunflowers does not mean to say that we have to colour them in that way. So let's just make the most. Now I am going to be using this image and this image and this image for this card. So we're going to use this one stamp set with another one because I've added some of those cutie little birdies, but we'll get to that later. Shauna, hey! Lawrence, hey! Zara, bonjour, mon ami. Right, so let's start by stamping up our images. Right, so what I've done is I have stamped my images in Toffee Crunch. I wanted that gentle look. Now you can stamp them in black if that's for you, or a darker colour, or a green, or even the colour that you're going to be colouring in. That's absolutely your choice. What I've decided to do is stamp in Toffee Crunch. So this image here, we aren't going to do anything with other than lay our die cut, coordinating die over it, die cut it out like so, and then we are just going to trim this bit off here, and we'll come back to that bit in a bit. So this is going to be the piece that goes in at the back of our image, just to fill out that bucket of flowers. Oh, Lawrence, thank you very much. I was thinking, I wondered if I said that correctly. I don't know about you, but our family are all learning a language. I'm actually learning German. My husband and my youngest daughter are learning French. My husband's actually fluent in French. He's amazing. And we're learning languages to help encourage our youngest one, who absolutely adores French. Now, I learnt French at school and I've forgotten a lot of it, but it's really great fun. So, right, what's my next step? We're going to take the archival plum ink, and I'm just going to come in with my blender pen, and I'm just going to colour in the flowers. Now I am just going to shade them in. I'm not going to do anything else with them because we're going to cut another layer out, and we're going to colour one that's going to sit on here that we're going to 3D up. So I just want this to be coloured so that you can still see the correct colour of the flower underneath what we're doing. Okay, so Oh my goodness, my friend, I am amazed. We are almost at Christmas. Are you ready? Are all the presents wrapped? All the food bought? Are you ready for the big day? Other than buying the veggies, I think we are actually done this year. So, and we have a birthday Christmas Eve as well. I don't know if, for those of you who know me, you know that my little girl's birthday is Christmas Eve. It's very special. So we have Christmas Eve on the day before. So our Christmas Eve will be Saturday, and Sunday is Isabella's birthday. And we just do birthdays completely, nothing else. Right. You can see that I have coloured in the green, so I've done that already, and just literally what I've been doing, but I used the leaf green for this. Okay, so the bucket, this is the last one on our list, no pun intended, bucket list, that was not intended. I'm going back to my toffee crunch, and I'm going to take a dauber, and I'm just going to shade using strokes across either side. I'm not going right across because I want this to be lighter in the middle. So I'm just doing strokes across my image like so. And that's all I'm going to do with that for now. What we'll do is, as always, we're going to take the coordinating dies and we are going to just lay them over our image, run them through the die cutting machine, and then we have these. Okay, so what I've done is I've already done one of the steps on this because we're going to build on this one. So what I'm going to do is going to come back in with my ink, and I am just going to come over the edge like so. Lawrence, I agree. Merry Christmas to everybody. I am sure that the season will come and go, and I know that there are some people who struggle at Christmas. We all have loved ones that aren't with us anymore, and it's not just a time for rejoicing, but it's also a time of reflection and sadness for some people. So I'm thinking of you if that is you, and if you're someone who doesn't have that and is looking forward to all the celebrations and excited for the season, then that's awesome too. Lorna, hey, it's good to see you. Kim, you love sunflowers and you just planted some in your garden the other day. Hey, I was thinking Kim has to be in Australia, and I really love the fact you put Australia in the comments. So yeah, oh, make sure you show us your sunflowers if you're in our Facebook group. Sunflowers are always bright and cheery, and it's so lovely to see them grow. Okay, so we have our bucket, and we have our die cut and our snipped bit. Shauna, you're saying Merry Christmas to everyone and happy birthday to Isabella. Oh, thank you. I will pass that on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with my plum ink, and I would go over this bit with my dauber to create that depth, and I have just added some glue and dipped that in the crystal clear so it's all sparkly. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I am just going to colour this flower like so. So I am using the dauber to create that shading. Now, I don't know about you, but we could
if we've got the rustic sunflowers, create flowers to go on top of these. And this is in the warehouse clearance. So if you don't have them, I wanted to show you how you can use them and create some dimension on them. So that's the great thing. You can add your 3D flowers onto them, or we can do this. Right, so what we're going to do now is we would stamp another one of these and die cut it out. And I have cut out these 3 pieces, okay? So that's this flower here, and this one here. Now it's much easier if you stamp and die cut it out, because all this is cut. You'd only have to fussy cut this little bit here. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just easier if you do. So we're going to have these 3 pieces from that image, and what I've done is exactly the same as what I've done with this piece, and we have coloured, shaped and glittered them. Now let's do that with this one. We've coloured this one. Let me bring in my shaping tool, and what we're going to do, Judy, you're asking, are these still available? So yes, the rustic sunflower bucket at Stamp and Die, when I last looked, were still available. They are in the warehouse clearance, and in the warehouse clearance you can save up to 70%, so make sure to take advantage of that. But also you can get a free die with every $100 order for the month of December. Now December's nearly out, so make sure you take advantage of that. And I don't know if you've seen the Christmas savings. So let me tell you, you can save $10 off a $60 order, $25 off a $125 order, and $50 off a $200 order. Now that ends on the 26th of December, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So there's some great savings, free die, money savings off, and if you're an insider you get an extra 20% off as well. I mean, that is just phenomenal. Okay, so I have shaped that. What I did was I ran my shaping tool down my flower petals to bring them up, and then around this circular piece here in the center of the flower I just did a circular motion around to bring that up. Now I'm leaving this attached because this is what we're going to use to glue into the back of the bucket. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add some Dries Clear into the middle. Susan, good morning. You are baking a rum cake. Oh my goodness, Susan, that sounds delicious. Wow. So I'm just going to add some glue into my center, and I am then going to take the lemon chiffon frills. These are one of my favorites for centers of flowers if I'm not using stamens. So I'm just going to drop some frills into the center, and normally I just leave them piled up like that to dry, but as I want this for my card, I'm just going to tip those back in, and you see we've got a lovely little center. And then I'm going to come in with my Dries Clear glue and a Hydro sponge, and I'm just going to put some glue onto my sponge. Now if I'm doing lots and lots and lots of glittering of flowers, so I don't know, let's say we've got 20 Christmas cards to make and we're glittering all of the flowers, what I would do is I'd get a scrap piece of paper and then pour out my glue onto my scrap paper so I had a puddle of glue, and then I'd just put my sponge into it and then apply it to the flower, because it's so much quicker to do it like that. Okay, so we're just going to put some glue onto our petals. Now, you really do want to really leave those prills to dry. But we are live, and I need this for my card, so we'll just keep going. So I'm going to use the Crystal Clear, and I have a fantastic pot of it here. I mean, goodness. And all I'm going to do is just dip that in like so, shake it off, and I've got it all glittery. I have to say, this is so soothing, just dipping in to the glitter and seeing it all sparkle. I don't know about you. I did have somebody who worked for me who absolutely didn't like glitter when they started, and they just couldn't bear it. They had a phobia of it. But by the time they'd finished, they absolutely loved glitter. And when they left, we had glitter in their parcel for them. Bless them. Okay, Wendy, hi! Merry Christmas to you. And Wendy's saying Merry Christmas to everyone who's watching as well. So, it's such a wonderful thing that we're all crafting family together. We've been crafting together a long time, friends. It is always super fun. And, right, I've got my pieces. Let's make that shaped card. So let's bring the card in again. Now, you could put this onto a 7x5 card base and create some other decoration on it. That choice is yours, but I don't know about you, but I love shaped cards. There's just something about a shaped card. So I'm using the Regal Frame and Accents die. This isn't in the warehouse clearance, but it is one of my favourites. And I wanted to show you, let me get it, something that we made many years ago with this. So you can make a card like this, but we also made it as a gift box. Isn't it beautiful? Throw us some hearts if you made one of these and you love this. So it's just opens up like so. The base is all shaped as well. So this is a really versatile die. You can create boxes with it. You can create shaped cards with it. They can be embellishments to go as frames for scrapbooking. Imagine this with a photograph in the middle. That would just be so super special. Okay, so how do we create the shaped card? I've taken a piece of folded card and die cut with this outer die. Now I go by that notch there and that notch there, okay, and I just line them up onto the edge of the card. That means it's going to be straight. So if I've got it in the same place on the die, I'm going to be golden. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm taking a piece of paper and we're just going to run this through the die cutting machine. And what I've done is I've gone around the edge in the plum ink, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue that on to here. And I'm trying really hard to think which paper I used, because I actually used some of my scrap papers. I don't know about you, but do you have a box where you have pieces that you just throw in and you use them as perfect sized pieces for projects so that you don't waste anything? Everything gets used. Okay, so that's gone onto there like so. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to run it through the die cutting machine with white card. And you can see, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but I've got it all glittered. And what we're going to do is we are just going to put some glue around here, and then we're going to drop this onto the card. Now I didn't glue all of the piece because I just want to have some movement. I want to be able to pull these up so it looks as though there's dimension. Yeah, so that's that piece. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to bring in our bucket and our sunflowers, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue our pieces together. So I'm going to glue this one on here. Now when I cut it out, I made it so that some of the petals, the lower petals, weren't in it, so it just gives that overlapping effect, like so. And this one, I think, is this one, so we're just going to glue that one on like so. And then our last one. Now, as I said earlier, if you've got 3D flowers, you can pop them on the top, but if you don't, this is a great way of making it look dimensional. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're going to pop a 3D dot on the back here, and then we're going to pop a 3D dot on here, and I'm going to pop my bucket onto my card, and then I'm going to put my flowers onto my bucket like so, and then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put some glue onto that, and I'm just going to slide it underneath so that that sits in there like so. So I filled that out, and you might have seen on the one that I did to begin with, I had some cute birdies, and these came from the Summer Wreath Accents, and these are fantastic filler images. So I've used these little birdies here and die cut them out, and I've coloured them in Forget Me Not ink and Buttercup. So I've coloured them with these. Okay, I know you love to know what's been coloured with what, and all I'm going to do is just shape them a little in my hands and then add some glue along the bottom, and I'm going to have them just sat here on top of that flower like so. It just adds a little extra to those flowers. And then I have used the Friendship Sentiments, which are in the warehouse clearance, Sending You a Hug, that sentiment there. And all I've done is stamped it in the same colours as my flowers, fussy cut it out. Now, the last time I did some fussy cutting of a sentiment, someone asked me a question on how do I cut it out, and it was a fantastic question, so let me share it with you. I was asked, how do I get a good cut? So what I do is I use very sharp scissors, but I move my paper in with my scissors, yes? And I'm not going to cut, but I move like that as I'm cutting. So as I'm closing my scissors like so, the image is moving and rotating, and that's how I get a really nice cut. Now, you could leave it like that, and that'd be great. Or in the same set as those little birdies are some gorgeous little hearts. So I just stamped them up in the same colours, and we can add as many or as little as we want. In fact, this time I'm just going to add 2, and that's our card all done. So as you know, when you're making cards, you never make the same one twice. So let me bring in my first one. You can see that I added more hearts to that one, and there's less hearts to that one. The choice is yours. It's your card, my friend, and your fun. It's all about having lots and lots of crafty fun. Friend, it's been fantastic to craft with you. We've talked about the savings, so don't miss those out. You can save up to 70% in the warehouse clearance, a free die with a $100 order, and there are Christmas savings too, depending upon the amount of your order. So add the things to the cart that you're on your crafty wish list and take advantage of those savings. And most important of all, friend, thank you so much for spending 2023 with me, crafting together. It's been my favourite thing of the year to do, and I can't wait for next year. We have some lives into next year, and I will be back in January with another fun project that we can create together. Have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful season, and a very happy new year. Happy Christmas and have lots of crafty fun. Bye.